Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review. So, I've just been sitting. I got the workshop all cleaned up. Got the trucks all moved around. I was running out of room and said, you know what I should do? I should get on Facebook Marketplace and sell some trucks. I need more space, just in case. Well, as befalls me most times, I bought another shelf instead. I get attached to things. And that is what got me thinking. Last weekend, my weekend is Sunday and Monday. I was cleaning the workshop, setting up my new shelf. There's a lot of space you don't see in the workshop, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 vehicles fit on that shelf. And I spent a day and a half cleaning the shop, fixing all my alternate work areas. So I was catching up on some videos. And I'm going to tell you, something I have noticed has returned. There's one good thing that graced the RC world during the whole China virus. It has been confirmed medically now that is where it came from, so nobody jumped down my throat about calling it that. I'm calling it that because that's what it is. We're not calling it the flu, which it's a version of. So prior to that, the hate that was starting to show up in our fun-loving community of the RC world, which that's what it's supposed to be, the fun-loving world. It was in there. It was ankle deep, and then the world came to a screeching halt. And suddenly, everybody was getting along. Companies who got shit on by the big names were suddenly cool. They were rising up, and it was a joyous time. Now I see from, I don't just listen to videos. As a creator or whatever, I guess I could say for some people I've been an influencer. But as a creator, I like to listen to the content of whatever I'm watching or listening to, because generally, that is why I try to make my videos less visual and more audio, so you can sit and listen to it. I generally noise. I listen to RC channels that I'm subscribed to, which is a lot. But there's just some of those channels that have certain features that I don't even listen to anymore. But I do read the comments. And the hate is back. And I don't understand it. Haters and fanboys are the same thing. So why are they arguing? A hater doesn't like anything but what he likes. A fanboy hates everything except what he likes. And I don't understand why we have to go that route. I mean, why can't they all be fun? Why do we have to tell people that, oh, they're garbage and they make garbage tires, or they're a knockoff, they're robbing from everyone else? You know, I'm sorry. I've been around since the 80s. Everybody has stole something from everybody. Everybody. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. All they try to do now is to skirt the issue. Which I'm going to tell you, don't tell anybody, but FMS Rock Hobby, TWS, well, hello little fella, they both make beautiful Jeep bodies. TWS does a CJ7. FMS does the Michigan, which I pointed out in the Michigan video. Dodge is stupid for not giving these guys a discount license to make their vehicles with that level of detail, professionalism. Man, if you got FMS to make you, oh, look at the Jeep Gladiator in that big scale, holy crap, I bet they'd be flying out the door. And you never know, Dodge. People might love their RC so much that they come out and buy one. But neither here nor there. Where we were going was, so they got hit with a copyright. So they had to change their boxes and they had to change the front grille. You know, Vanquish, very skilled with their Fordyce, made the last grill. What are those grills normally? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So instead of doing the 7 grill, they did 6 slots and then put the bottom slot lengthwise. Genius. But meanwhile, you had people who were diehard Vanquish owners. I have seen people who have an Origin that rag on SCX 10.2s. And as I pointed out in my video before, they were, the bones of the Origin was an SCX 10.2. They just put a bunch of aluminum parts in it. So how do you justify in your world that you're driving around in an $800 modded out SCX 10.2, but you say that an STX 10.2 is a huge piece of crap? You know, I've been around a long time in this hobby. So, say as an example, so I got the TRX4 when it first came out. And you know what? I've owned a lot of Traxxas vehicles. I still own a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's it. Oh, 12. I own 13, 14. I own almost something of everything that Traxxas has ever made. I've got an Emax, got a Summit. I've got the Desert Runner, or the UDR, Unlimited Desert Runner. 1, 2, 3 TRX4s, 2 TRX6, well, TRX6 and then the Ultimate Hauler. Shoot, 14, I believe, because I've got a 4-Tech. I've got 3 Slashes. I got a Mini Revo. And legitimately, because when, I think, 2001, possibly, is when the E-Revo came out. I'm still running it. I updated the shocks, the electronics, because they weren't waterproof at the time. You know, I had some of the original TRXs when they were buggies. Back in the day. Back in the day when everyone was cheating off each other. Nobody cared. They were such minuscule changes that nobody minded. And basically, that was going to be the only competition they had. So, adversity breeds innovation. Same thing with evolution. That's why the human race will never evolve. Because now we're using iPads and iPhones and smarty phones. When you take away the job of a man, you take a little something from the man. And if any of you can tell me what movie that quote comes from, I'll send you some stickers. But how can you sit and rag on everything to a guy who, he's been around since we went from manual speed controls to electronic speed controls. I used to buy all my kits, because that's the only way you could buy them. And you bought your radio, and you scored when it came with 2 servos. Because you needed them, steering and throttle. You know, I never sat. Well, I guess, when you think about it, I was limited. Kyosho, Tamiya, they were it. They were the go-tos. So, I always had them both. I never thought the Kyosho was better than a Tamiya or vice versa. When some of these other brands came out, I always was, ooh, what's that? Where'd you get it from? How much was it? I buy what I like. I have never, you know, Frankie gave me a good thing, a good thought. So when I put my post out about, I was looking for some pure viewer recommended things they wanted me to do. I just wanted to see, you know, get a little feel for what you guys might like to see. And one of them was the vehicle I hated the most until I upgraded it, and now I love. I don't have anything like that. I buy what I want for the reason that I want, and it could be as simple as what body's on it. The Charisma Brat body that a lot of you guys on the channel, because they don't make it anymore. And I bought that just because of the memories I had as a child. I'd never owned a Charisma. And you know, I noticed one thing that was wonky on it. So I haven't really messed with it. I just get pure enjoyment from watching it drive. And I mean, that is what our hobby is. I listen to some of these people in the comment sections of some of these channels, And you would think that he's a corporate sponsored driver. Oh, shut up. Who are you that you've been in the hobby for 5 years, you've bought 4 vehicles, and now you're an expert? I don't get that. And if it's not a vehicle that he likes, it's a huge piece of shit. I have been blessed with my channel. I have the random one disliker of a bunch of my videos who's, of course, isn't man enough to make a comment in the comment section. So there's my little shot across the bow. Of course, you probably won't hear it because he probably doesn't listen to the videos this long. But I started this channel for one reason. And it was during, it was way before the incidents of the... And I was seeing the videos. You had these big guys getting free trucks, and they weren't even responding to the comment section. It was just smiley faces or hearts or likes. And I'd been on numerous of these big ones, and I just asked you a question. What does a thumbs up or a like mean to me? It doesn't help. You're putting this product commercial out, and you made all kinds of claims, and I just wanted to ask a question, but you didn't answer it. Now, again, where I've been blessed, when I started out, there was 2 other small little channels, Hello RC, and then Easy Boy RC came along. The biggest, this is where my biggest joy, where I don't have time for the hate. So Jason and Liz from Hello RC have started a little fireside chat section. And there I was cleaning the workshop up the first night they did it. So I'm supposed to be cleaning, and then I'm supposed to be making dinner. But we have been together in this journey long enough that we've chatted. I know where Jason works. I know where Jason lives. I know what Jason's trucks are. I know his personal preferences to things. And I got to see that come back because it's, I'm going to have to work on eventually getting setting up a live deal. But to sit and listen to Liz, where I threw a guess out, listening to them discuss back and forth of my collection of vehicles, which ones they thought I was talking about, that to me, that's pure joy. I know somebody through the internet, because we're clear across the country from each other, that we have talked and chatted enough that we know we can make assumptions on each other's headspace. Easy Boy RC, he gave me a shout out. You guys, I'm gonna have to do another one here soon. I haven't done a shout out in a while since we had Let It Fly on Fridays. But meanwhile, it was one of my lowest rated programs that was only for my diehards, and they deserve that. I need to bring it back, but I did shout outs every Friday. Easy Boy RC, just out of the blue, gives me a shout out today, and I didn't understand in my head why everybody was so thankful that I did those. I've done them since I started the channel. I I was a giddy little girl this morning. I was listening to him on the way to work. Got to work, walked in the door. One of my workers asked me what I was listening to, and I hit the rewind button, and he thought that was the greatest thing. So, thanks, buddy. Now I know what it feels like for the rest of you guys, and that's exactly why I need to bring it back. But there's the thing. You've got people who will fight to the death for their opinion. But you've got people who are doing their own thing, setting up their, doing our YouTube-y thing, but we're not competitors. Jason, Liz, Easy Boy can send me a message in the message section, and I'm going to answer it. I answer every one. And sometimes it takes me all week. And I'm no different than any of these other channels. I'm not making a living off of it. So I still have to go to work. I have to do my domestic duties at home. I'm sorry, I guess. I did one tire and decided I was going to rant. But, what? I'm hearing it now. Here's where I can go. You've got the diehard Traxxas haters. I'm sorry. Back in the day, when everybody was stealing from each other, there wasn't huge innovations they were stealing from each other. And they weren't directly copying everything. But again, they were the only games in town. So what are you going to do? You're going to run your only competitor out of town and you're going to be the only one, and people are going to get tired of you being the only one? You're going to have to come up with all your own inventions off the top of your head? It's not how business works. But when you come up with certain things that make you stand out, you want to make it hard for the copiers to just come and, I'm going to get up and throw this away, and they have to innovate newer things. So you're actually stimulating growth. So say Traxxas comes out with their locking diffs on their truck. Well, since they took that from somebody else, all they could probably do is the style of an inside locking hub, which that's where FMS, theirs is different, adult beverage. Different enough that they can't sue. But now, because that FCX10 is a phenomenal truck, now who's going to come out with the next big invention for locking diffs? How are they going to do it? Because basically, oh, excuse me, sir, your face is all muddy. What? Oh my Lord, where have you been? You've been in the pump. You're wet. Actually, I don't have it up here. Will you get down? The RC four-wheel drive JD models. The crap. Why am I having a brain fart since I moved it? They're Zetros trucks. So they use a cable drive that locks the diffs, similar to FMS. Well, they're not all that beefy. So FMS has got them right there where they can say our stuff's beefier. But that is my biggest thing. So everybody, when FMS was early, everybody, oh, that's cheap Chinese crap, blah, 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 blah. Which I pointed out numerous times is Most RC companies all make their stuff in China. And what I also covered was, if it's in China, China just, if they're making your stuff, they're stealing it. So that's why I said they can only sue the companies here. They can't sue them in China. Hey, Tiberius. Tiberius. Come over here, big boy. Come here, big boy. Come here, up here. Look at one of these puppies. That's Tiberius. Remember these little things? What are you doing, baby? You're all covered with mud too. You've been digging with your daddy. Okay, go away. That's one of those little pups. You know, that's what they do in China. If they can get a hold of your designs, they got it. They're going to make it. That's why some of the biggest people on the internet, on the tube right now, who rag on FMS or any of the other companies and say that they are stealing designs from the big guys, which, let's see, the big guys generally they cover is Traxxas, Vanquish, Axial, Element. They don't include Red Cat in there, which Red Cat's been doing pretty good. Yeah, they're just knocking off each other. So how exactly are the knocking off happens? Oh, it's because you make all your products in China where they're knocking them off, and then those people are telling you about getting some smoking deals to upgrade your truck on Amazon. So we're just telling you that these good trucks, FMS, Axial, or not Axial, Red Cat, who are innovating and coming out with new stuff, they're garbage. But meanwhile, go on Amazon, they're garbage because they're Chinese. But meanwhile, they tell you to go to Amazon and buy all these hop-up parts for your current truck, which are, they call them clones. Okay, well, I guess I'll try that next time I innovate something and Traxxas tries to sue me. I'll say, it's not a copy, it's a clone. I could get the dictionary out, but I'm pretty sure a copy and the clone, you could pretty much say it's the same thing. So how do you in one breath say some manufacturer's crap and then turn around and tell people to go buy a clone part? I'm sorry. That's just like, you know, the people who downright hate Traxxas. You throw it into their face. You know, they sat back, they made their own complete new design, and they watched everyone else, didn't want any trouble, made their design, and then they're going to say, oh, the doodads are crap, and the tires are crap. Canyon Trails vented, and if you do some cutting on them, because you just got to loosen them up, or better yet, take them completely off the rim, put a soft foam in them, they're very good tires. Just like everybody says these FMS fake high racks are crap. Well, yeah, the foams are really hard, but if you've bought it, now again, these are the Mashigans. Thanks, Troca RC. New buddy of mine. You know, foams are really hard. So I cut them into stars. So now it's half the foam it was. Here's an example. Let me see if I can do this. Here's what, I kept one I haven't done yet because I'm still doing it. One finger, not too much action. One finger, cut foams. Oh, super scrunchy now. I'm not going to throw away these tires. I paid for them. Well, I didn't pay for them again. Troca, thanks. But vented, squinchy. I'm not going to throw these away. I'm going to cut these foams like I just did. While we were talking, I got 2 knocked right out. Already had 1 done. You know, got my Sharpie out. You know, boom. FMS, if you've never seen them before, so you got these big honking wheels with the holes in them, which I'm assuming at some point they're going to make a rim face that you could put bigger tires on these. They're slotted. You can only put them in one way. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. They're slotted, so that gives them stability, gives them strength. That's a great idea. But do you think these hater guys, these hater fanboys? Let's just look. So, like I said, so there I've got one of those FMS Atlas 6x6s. It's still, I still believe it's a mix between 18 scale and... Hi, Bubby. You want to come up too? Come on up here, Tedimus. This is Teddy Bear. He was a baby too. He's getting to be a big puppers. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, aren't you? 5 months old. I think he's going to be a biggin. Good boy. So, TWS, FMS Rock Hobbies, MST, Charisma. Oh, there's another Rock Hobbies, FMS, Rock Hobbies, another MST. Oh, HPI. Not even, well, I guess they are. They're making a comeback or trying to. Easy RC, which is, I guess, another part of FMS. HG. Cross. So these are ones that all people will rag on because they're not the mainstream. But I'll tell you what, Cross is doing some amazing things right now. MST kind of seems to have gotten away from crawlers, but they're blowing it out with the drifting scene. Here in the interior of Alaska, drifting's becoming a thing. And most everybody has MSTs. So, there's going to be certain people that are going to, you're going to have to get the Traxxas drift car. Going to have to get the Associate drift car. I don't understand it. And again, where I'm thankful, we've got now, Easy Boy RC is actually an FMS sponsor now, or he's sponsored by. So good for you, buddy. And I'll tell you what, in all honesty, it's about the only company that this little channel would ever seriously consider a sponsorship by, just because of those 2 vehicles. Well, shit, all 3 of those vehicles. The attention to detail and what you get for the money, I don't care. The Atlas. Everybody, what a big piece of crap it is. You got to completely overhaul it. I put some shock hoops on it, some shocks, did this to it. You guys have seen the videos. That to me, for $300, was well worth. Well worth. A little innovation. I guess maybe I'm just not daunted. I'm not a 3D printer. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I always made my own parts. Back in the day when crawlers first were kind of coming out, we took clodbusters and locked the axles on them. And then we put different tires on them. Same thing with the CCO ones. We locked the axles on them. We tried different shocks on them, different tires on them to make them do what we wanted them to do. So in the long run, I'm still always going to be happier with a truck that I bought for a particular reason. I have never bought a truck because it was the best performing thing in the world. So what does that make me? Am I a fanboy of everything? Oh shoot, what's my airplane? Oh shoot, I got a pro boat. It's a fan boat. Oh, I've got a Arleigh Burke class destroyer. Oh, I got a Duratrax cliff climber. Some of my trucks, you know, they don't make anymore, so I'm hesitant sometimes about driving them. But does that mean I'm a fanboy of everything? Tell me now. Sit. Because I've actually had this in the comment section, I think a couple years ago when I first started out, that I was a Traxxas fanboy. So yeah, 10 to 14 Traxxas rigs. Let's see, axial, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, 9. Man, I must be an axial fanboy too. Or the fact that I don't have as many as I have of Traxxas. Oh, I've only got 2 Vanquishes. I must be a hater. Oh shoot, I forgot 2 more axials. Oh, 1 more Traxxas. Jeez. We don't even want to get started on Tamiya's because I've got a whole box out in the out in the shed. Oh no, I've got a Sen F450. Oh, I'm a Ford hater, but I must be a fanboy of Sen because I've got one of their trucks. Oh, I've got a JD Models F-150 / Hero truck. Oh, I hate Ford, but I must love JD Models. Oh no, I've got HG Models. I love war. It doesn't make sense. In our hobby, it's like a bitter cake maker that makes cakes for weddings, but hates weddings. You don't go after something that you hate. So, what is the deal? And am I just babbling? Because now I can't get this god dang thing together. Why aren't you sliding in there? I don't understand why it was gone. The love was gone, and then it came back. And now it's getting turned right around again. Is that, I mean, our country's gone to shit right now, but I mean, it's the same way with politics, I guess. You gotta hate something. You gotta hate something to be a fanboy of the other one. Doesn't really make sense. But everybody that generally watches my channel is not a hater. And we're not fanboys either. We all have different things. Different things we like. And there's another, you can sit, one of these guys can sit on there and say, that's all I can afford. I have literally seen somebody respond to a guy who said, I kind of like that truck that you're all ragging on because I got one and it's all I can afford. The commenter told him he should work harder and save his money so he could buy the brand that he was talking about. How do you allow that on your channel? How do you allow one of your viewers or one of your subscribers? Is your subscriptions that important that you're going to let somebody come on your channel and say something like that? I mean, I haven't had to do it in a long time, but I did. And it was the same way that I made a comment because, you know, this is the world we live in, free speech. Because when RC Sparks changed up and, well, hello, precious. Well, come up here with Daddy. You come up here with Daddy. Come on up here so everyone can see Miss Morgan. Come on. People saw Miss Morgan when you were little. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh. Oh, baby girl. She's still small. There's Miss Morgan. Oh, there's a snuggle. Look at her crazy mane she's got. Oh, that's my baby. Oh, it's my little tiny baby. Say hi, Miss Morgan. Say hi to everyone. Say hi. You're a weird one. She ain't quite right. Perfect for this household. But oh, it's my snuggles. Oh, my snuggles. What are you looking at? You looking at the tire? You gonna help? Okay, go back. Your brothers are out there playing. You know, started a huge thing with a guy because I made the comment that I didn't like that he was basically just made his last of his videos before he moved. He just was turned into a big selling fest. Which, that is my opinion. And, oh my God, I was just saying his name to get views because, you know, that just made people, I guess, tune in. They knew at some point during the video I might mention somebody's name. Wow. Where has your life gone so wrong? Oh no, I guess that's what Facebook's for. Where you just gotta find something to pick at. And, I mean, it's just like this. Somebody may watch this video down the way and say, what is he wasting his time? He should just go out and buy new tires. So that means I buy new tires for like $100, or I take these tires that are sitting here and make them better. Why should I? When I'm not in the full mood right now where this is the kind of job I can be doing, and if I stop and decide I want to go out and run the 6x or do anything other than this, it's tires. I throw them in the corner of the work shelf and go out and do something. You know, here's another one. Instead of buying tires, look at, I dug these out because I haven't had them for a while. These are both Canyon Trails. This one has the full, cutting the outer teeth off, one other tooth in a row, and then the two little nubs on the centers. Now these tires are super soft, super scrunchy. These were newer, and all I did was the little nubs in the center. Still pretty scrunchy. So I've got 2 sets of extra tires and a fly, because you guys, how do you get in the door and not close it? So 2 sets of tires, 2 different ways to see which ones do the best. Didn't cost me nothing. I was just sitting listening to some videos while I was cutting some pieces of rubber. But now when I get done with this, I'll have 4 sets of tires, and my Hyraxes I have that have soft foam in them on Ron Phoenix, and the Gladiator flagship of the channel. I'm going to test them. I'm going to put this on a truck that's as heavy as one of those are. And we're going to have a competition. Well, hi, beautiful. Beautiful mommy. But now I got a whole set. Yeah, the wheels don't work for the Michigan, or, you know, not necessarily for the Atlas, but they'll work for something else. Why put them to waste? And that's the only equipment I need. Brand new Sharpie blade, and make some triangles, maintaining the halfway point on the wheels or the foams. I don't have to run right out and buy some foams. Everybody's complaint, the foams were too hard. So I basically, they're foams. I mean, so many things you can do with foam. But there we go again, another point. Don't have to hate. How can you get so worked up about a tire? In the long run, when you modify the foams on these clone, depending on who you're talking to, knockoff or clone, these are Hyrax, which in the world of the RC world, if these foams were softer, that would be one of the best tires you could have on an RTR. You know, right now, those Falcon Wild Peaks on the Fordyce, pretty good factory tire. Let me see which other ones have some factory tires on them. I've been playing the game. So, there's Elements. Those are the element grabbers off of this Sendero. I just cut the foams on those. I threw them on the Blazer. Worked pretty good on the Blazer. You know, throwing things around. Crap tires from the HPI. Right now they're sitting on the Sendero because I managed to get the Trail. What is that? The Trail Runner? Yeah, the Trail Runner. I got those. That body fits right on a Sendero chassis. You know, why not? Why go out and buy everything? I guess that's the difference with me from some of those big channels. It has stopped becoming about the products or the people, and it's only become about the money. Which I'm glad I don't make jack from my channel. So it'll always keep me honest, but my opinion on things, because I'm not a fanboy or a hater. I like products for a reason. And I'm also a scale guy. So if you make something that's scaled enough, Kugelwagen, that the on-off button is where the starter switch is in the original vehicle, you're going to get me to sit up and take notice. You know, that to me, details like that, because any of you who watch the channel, you know what I'm all about. I love taking these trucks and making them look more realistic. You know, and it could be for some of them a rusty exhaust. You know, I didn't even plan that rust to come out like it did, but now that that truck has been rolling and stuff, it's really popped. You know, the FJ40, it's got mud on it. It's paint, but it looks like mud. You know, I'm lazy. All of these trucks right now, actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got some muddy trucks right now. And I'm lazy. If they were all painted mud colored, I wouldn't have to worry about it. But let's start a conversation in the comment section where I think we're just going to title this Fanboy versus Hater. Because that's it. And if you are a fanboy, that means that you only like your one product. Or does it mean you're allowed to like everything? Because if you bring up a certain vehicle and proclaim its strengths to somebody, and they're a hater, they're going to call you a fanboy. Which, that's where I don't understand it. See, now, like Red Cat, I see no reason to buy a one of those hoppy cars, the gangster lowriders. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but like I said before, I'm not very coordinated. I don't know if I can operate all those buttons. Don't really see a use for it. And that would be what I would say. And a fanboy would tell me I was a hater because I don't like that truck or that car. And I was like, no, I would love to get the Monte Carlo because it reminded me of my 79 Monte Carlo I had when I was in high school. But it's a lowrider. Can't do a lot with it up here. You know, I live in a part of the country that we don't have a lot of beautiful asphalt. I still want that truck though, because it fills a niche for me with hauling vehicles. You know, the ultimate hauler. I am constantly hauling the RC cars that'll fit on it. The cars fit on it. The TF2 fits on it. But if I do that, there's a lot of people that said how stupid that thing was when it came out. Same thing with Cross. Very select few. I had a few back in the day. That Cross, you know, it was just a pretty model and it breaks. You can't really do anything hardcore with it. I've had it for years. I haven't had a single problem with it. I even converted it to a semi to pull a big HG trailer, which weighs damn near 20 pounds. Transmission's held up. It's rolled. The hard body's held up very well. But you bring that up, that's a classier group of people that are talking about Cross. Oh, that's just not for me. How does it do? How does they ask questions? You know, it's just like, you know, having a TRX4 for 10 years. So would that not make me kind of an expert on it compared to the guy that maybe bought it last year? But if I offer my opinion to the wrong people, I am a hater. You see this right here? This is what it should be all about. Us trading secrets, watching videos, trading secrets back and forth, not full of it. And I'm going to tell you that's what my channel, Easy Boy RC, Hello RC, Troca RC, you know, those of us, Dalton's Alaskan Adventures, he's a buddy of mine here. You know, Dalton loves everything, just like me. Which makes it even easier too. You can call him, he can ring me up and be like, hey, you know, I need another radio for a truck. Do you got something laying around there? Oh yeah, I got a Traxxas radio here. Oh, that'll do. How much you want for it? It's so much easier to say, I'm not picky. So, again, I guess this has gone a little long time, but I guess I just wanted to get my phones finished. Let's just say I was lonely because you see, the dogs are only coming in to visit me. Audrey's in here. Where's Sophie at? Audrey, where's your sissy? Sophie. Sophie. Wow. Auntie Sophie must be out with the babies. See that? That's all about getting along. Auntie Sophie doesn't like babies. So she must be out with them. Wow. Mama, why are you in here hiding if Auntie Sophie's out with the babies? And see, there's a good concept. Boy. Auntie Sophie has already raised 1, 2. Well, she's working on 5 puppies now. And they were just one at a time. Now she's got 3 different things to explore. Her sister Audrey was easy. Her brother Yowie, easy. New puppies, 3 different opinions, 3 different views. Took some getting used to. And that is the same thing. At which point did every commenter on YouTube become a professional driver? You know, RC Dungeon, also my new YouTube buddy. We both like leaf springs. Me not as much as he does, but we are conversing not only on our channels, but we're conversing on Facebook. We are very similar people. And you know what? The only RC we hate is the one we want that's out of stock. That's it right there. And, oh man, these last 2, there we go. You know, I don't understand. And I've decided to make it my mission that I'm going to call people out now on these channels. And I'm going to, you know, make that kind of comment. And I'm basically going to call out whoever's running that channel about breeding the hate. And it, oh man. See, I'm not going to get into specific, but any of you that watch some big names, read the comment section. You know, one of my favorites is still my favorite when he's by himself, but when he's got a partner with him, he tends to show his other side. And I don't think you should be that way. I think people should see what they get. Oh. But it's funny, vice versa, when the partners are split 2 separate ways, they're both 2 different animals. And, you know, it might be, we think it's funny to do it this way. I don't think letting your people just turn it into a hate fest. Ugh. Well, I'm done now. So, should I do more rants? This is another thing for those of you that didn't watch Let It Fly on Fridays. This was also for rants. So they didn't get into main videos. But this one's only for ranting. So take it or leave it. Let me know in the comments, let's have that discussion if that's something you guys have been noticing. Do you read comments on other, when you're watching videos or listening to videos? Do you ever just jump into the comment sections? Or a live? Now there's another viewer of mine. I listen to him. I won't even watch any live of his things, because that's what it devolves into. All of his guys start ragging on something, and he does too. But meanwhile, that's the funniest thing, is that a lot actually. There's a lot of vehicles we agree on, and FMSs are one of them. But it's the newer MFSs, FMSs. I don't know why I get that wrong sometimes. It just gets me. Hey, my little thing went to sleep, huh? I wanted to see if he, I'm going to catch him and see if he watches. Oh, I got to turn the volume off if I put that on again.
Guys, we've been dealing with this rain for...
Oh, crap. Oh, he talked, so it's probably going to be... I probably screwed it. But the next time I do a ranting video, it's going to be pure for you guys. So actually, let's do that for, if you guys watch this long, let's do that for a video. Let's include them in this video. You can do it at the bottom of these comments. Let's do questions you have for me that you would like me to answer. And I'll make a list, and then we'll do another video where I'm doing something. I haven't gotten to the live yet. My time zones, because of where I'm at, you know, depending on where you are, I'm 4 hours behind almost everybody. So, except California, it's only an hour. But we have a lot of I have a lot of European subscribers. You know, let's try that one first, and then when you do give me a question, give me what state you're in. That way I can make a list of states, and then we can try to work on, you know, maybe me getting up early one day, so it's kind of like on a Sunday, or hell, even a Saturday. Now, probably a Sunday gives you an excuse to sit around. And then we're going to shoot for trying a live. I should shoot a message to Jason, because I know he just started doing those. But there we go. Let me know in the comments about rants, about haters versus fanboys. And then let's do shoot me a bunch of questions to answer, so that I can do a video where we answer questions. And then I've got a nice list of a lot of new people, so we can get some shout outs back out in the world. Thanks, Easy, for reminding me of where I came from. And I will talk to everyone on the next one.